and it's upside down. Let's see if I can get it right side up. Oh, here we go. Here. Gabby, is this good?
Maybe a little lower. I'm just trying to make sure it's eye level.
I am a little tall.
I think that's good.
This is good?
Eye level for me.
Thank you. Okay.
So just let me know. Alright, we'll do it. Thank you.
So we'll do R.
I can't have faith that everything happens for a reason in this community.
Took a lot of work. Shout out to Alec and Nikki and Brandon and no. Can we make some noise for them real quick? Like, I've always been ill, you know what I mean? I've always been the shit, but it takes collaboration, and it takes enhancement, and it takes other people's belief and other people's ideas of your greatness to start being implemented, and other people's sacrifices and other people's dark days collaborating with yours, and good days and good news and opportunity. And without them, like, I really wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things I probably get the sole credit for in many of you guys' eyes. So, but it's a film that is the adhesive to my next project, El Duende. We'll get into that later. And the music, Kento, who made this film, where's Kento?
Kento!
He's scared as fuck, so y'all gotta make sure he's not later. We're gonna do a Q&A. Leandro did the photography. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the one photo we chose to show. There's a lot. And then Gabby. Where's Gabby at? Where's Gabby? Gabby doing that? Can you make sure Gabby? She's the artist with the, so let's get into some beats. Drink the wine before it runs out, and then it's gonna be film time. Let's go. to watch something. That's hard. This is not the angel, not the muse.
Patriotism, yo, gangsterism, I see the God in everybody, but ain't polytheistic. We full opposites, the poles pointed at the opposition, knowledge before wisdom, both written like socialists.
The first day was the cover shoot mostly, and then we did like the interviews and then one performance. And then the second day was kind of just solely for performances and then a few interviews, but that was like the performance. But our schedule was very tight.
I would like to preface this with one thing.
Yeah.
Is that okay? She's like standing there. So really quick, Gabby and I spoke about the piece, and then we did it. So when you hear us talking about the manifestation and she pulls out the notebook, I forgot I gave her notes. Because I wanted myself to be represented in what my idea was for the piece, but I believe collaboration has to be open for other people's interpretation of what that means, or else you're not authentically collaborating, you're just being a dictator of other people's ideas. So that's the only thing I want to say. So when you hear us talking, it's not like we just got on the phone and then we recorded it. Like, we actually talked about it for the first time, and I saw it realistically the day before, but for real, that's the first time we ever actually talked about it after commissioning the piece. So that's like a real moment for me.
So to start off, Rad and I only met once just to speak about materials, colorways, very top line. And then you gave me, what was the
Yeah, but what was like, who is it by and everything?
We'll get into it.
Yeah, so he gave me essentially poetry to read, and I took that back, kind of went through, highlighted some points that I thought could be materials to bring into the piece, and a lot of my work is driven trying to do things as sustainable as possible, so a lot of the color frame, when we had initially discussed, it was supposed to be burgundies, reds, a lot more richer colors, but when you're dealing with natural dyes, there's only so much vibrancy you can get, so that's why I ended up turning into something else. And a lot of it was sourced secondhand, probably only one fabric I bought like at Joann's. But I dyed it, I sourced the Matador's cake from eBay. It took probably 3 weeks. The hardest part was the sewing of it, because once it's like 11 by 11. Once you get to that size on a home machine and just doing this in like an office, there's not much you can do. And when mapping it out, at first I had the idea to make it circular. I felt like that felt whole, felt true to the project, but it's just so organic. And I think that kind of, the poetry features organic materials and just like an organic essence, a lot of it that I was coming from was like roses, or like it's a lot.
Ball head, and like it was hot, and everyone kept coming up to me, especially Nikki, because you know Nikki's like a mom. I'm a mom too, right? But like Nikki's like a mom too, like, and everyone just kept asking me like, "Are you hydrated? Are you alright?" Because everyone else is suffering. They know those weeds are like sticking to all of our legs, and it's much more uphill than I thought. I thought it was flat. That's just mad uphill. You're standing on a slant, right? And it's northern Cali, way hotter than out here. Still, that's to say, he kept asking me, was I okay? And I never wanted to complain in that moment because I asked for this. So whatever came with that, with being in that space, with being authentic, whatever, it's like, I get to just be present in a prayer answer. So whatever comes with that, I'll deal with it because that's part of being human. But I'm acknowledging, I acknowledge the fact that, you know, everything it took to like just be in the moment, sweating on this hill with this textile over my head. So just that.
To get to that end result, if there is any. So what's the urgency that you both feel that need to show that process versus just that end result?
I think when we're filming, we like obviously we have a plan and we're going in like this is the end result we want to have by the end. But at the same time, like we're just there to experience what's happening.
Yeah.
And one thing that really stuck with me, especially while editing, was this word that he kept saying is like fleeting moments and things being fleeting. And I think you can hear it in film of him be like, even this house is fleeting. But you know, just having that on my mind while shooting, it's like finding moments that I think are interesting or will be interesting later in the edit. It's kind of just the process of it, just to like what will look cool, what will be interesting in the end, and then filming that, and then later finding out if it's interesting or not. You know, like you kind of just hoping it will be good, and then that's what it is. But being okay with that, you know, that's the process, I think.
Yeah, I think for me, Duende, and I don't think you can make anything actually great until you realize like your life is like a finite thing. I think if you believe you are like void of the ability to be sick, to die, to deal with tragedy, to deal with poverty, to deal with loss, to deal with sudden shifts, to deal with all these the good things too, right? But if you don't have that moment of like existential crisis where you panic and you realize you haven't done 1% of like what's in your imagination or how you believe in yourself, I don't think anything you do will honestly be worth anything to anybody. And I think we're usually surrounded by fast-paced product and things that took the easy route, and then you touch it and you hate it, and you buy it and you throw it away, you give it away right away, or you watch it and you forget that it happened, or you listen to it and you might as well have never played it because the song you don't remember, the name of the artist you don't remember, the video you don't remember, none of it matters. And the opposite exists. Obviously, it's in tune with your life, but because your taste isn't going to be for everybody, and what your perspective of the world isn't what someone else wants to see or needs to see. But I do believe that there's this relationship with death that we need to like master. And if you do, then you will automatically have urgency, but you'll also have presence. You won't rush. It's just it needs to be the best that it can be because I'm finite. It's not I need to get as much done because I'm finite.
Right.
It's that it needs to be the best it can be because I'm finite. Because after I'm done, I can't talk about the work. And when you're showing a process, I think for me, that's in relationship with all of these biopics and biographies that come out after, and everyone is interviewing every sister and friend and high school person or whatever about what was it like working with this person. And for me, it's like the people around the thing have always been more important than the actual thing to me, because I'm a process-based person. I'm not an idol-based person. So like if I find out about you from a film, I'm gonna read your entire Wikipedia, and then I'm gonna look into who your wife was, I'm gonna look into who the director was, I'm gonna see where the director grew up, and I'm gonna find that wife, and I'm gonna find her. Like, that's just how I am. I need to know how it all happened, because I know one person can't get all the credit. So like this film was me hopefully starting that relationship, where it's like, you're gonna hear me, it's my music. You're gonna see it, videos come after it, Radamiz, blah, blah, blah. How often do you get to hear Alex speak? How often do you get to hear Nikki speak? How often do you get to hear Brandon speak? Whatever, you know, all of these things. How often do you get to hear producers talk? Like, it's like you're important now, not later after you get something, you know? So that's part of my mission, you know. Thank you. Turn up.
First of all, thank you for the beautiful experience.
In the short film, we spoke about that, and I wonder what's her relationship with that. How do you view it? Are you comfortable with it? Do you look at it as an end or a beginning? What's your relationship with it?
I mean, I alluded to my respect for it. I think in reality, to me, it's something that if you master, I think you will live the best life. But that is to me, I'm saying it only because I'm like, do I say it or do I like pretend like that? But it's like, of course I'm gonna say it. There's ego in like attachments to flesh, and there's ego in memory, and there's ego in praise, and there's ego in love, and there's ego in all of these forms of life.
As the director, it seems like in the parts where there are the interviews taking place, right, there's a certain level of like anonymity as you're shooting the people. Obviously we see them like within the film, but I guess what's the motivation for that?
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of a big thing, but the idea basically is that we're trying to create a collective message of people's relationship with death and with the project. And so by making people a little bit anonymous, it kind of gives it this voice of like a collective voice and, you know, a group's voice about whatever it is, rather than like the individual's answer about whatever it may be. Yeah, but at the same time, it's also just like trying to keep privacy for those that are answering the questions, but mostly that was the reasoning behind it.
And that's like how they exist in my life if you're just a Radamiz fan. They are faceless. And usually the people who have the most presence in it.
I get so much funny personality in it. And moments where I didn't even know whether to laugh or not. Like, should I be laughing at this? Okay, what? That was the question. I was like, was that an intentional thing to like put in this like these moments of like absurdist, what the fuck, like meanie kind of shit, or was that just like after the fact and just like real moment? Yeah. What was incredible? I'm really proud of you, bro. That shit was amazing.
Make sure my daughter.
B-boy culture.
Who's that?
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
It's almost here, man. I feel good. Video was fire. The photos amazing. But the video was fire. The story, insane. How it came out, it's the first time I've ever seen the whole thing. So it was like, I'm excited, bro. I'm very happy to be a part of it. It's lit.
What do you think of the film?
It's amazing, bro. You already know it. It's all my homies involved. I love it, bro. It's that. It's fire.
Oh, sick.
Fire.
Love that.
Fire. No, for real though. It's so much substance, so much to learn. You know what I mean? Everybody gave their little testimonies too. I love it.
It looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was so sick. I hadn't seen any of Kento's work. Yeah, it was really cool. And then like the message and hearing the Q&A and hearing a lot more context behind it was like really inspiring. Yeah, I really fucked with it. I also, just with like other like shorts I've seen lately, I guess I expected it to be more like close to like 10 minutes, and the fact it was like 30 and like wound through all that was really cool because I didn't know what to expect pulling up.